Hello everybody. I've been away for a while. Wanted to get out a quick video as soon as I could. Just to touch base with everybody. Tried to be as active as I could on there. Commented on a few things and things like that, but it's been kind of a crazy month. And now I've got some time to wind down for a little bit. But first, let me get me a pipelet. It's my old country gentleman that I've dedicated to my Latakia blends with some GLP's Quiet Night. I'm gonna light it with a cigar spill that if you catch up with the Sacred Leaf Society, you've seen us talk about. I didn't bring my little sand thing to put it out in over with me, but we shall use what we got. It's a great way to light a pipe. I really like those things. Well, on to the story. First of all, it started out with me getting really sick with the usual crud that was going around the family and the department and everything. Right about the time that we got a tremendous caseload. And I have to go back and check our case numbers, because what we do with our case numbers is it starts with a year. And then, there's a 4-digit number beyond that one. So at the beginning of this year, the first incident report that we took would be 2019-0001. And where we're at now is much higher numbers than we had last year at this time. We've definitely noticed an increase in our reports this year. And so while I was getting hammered by whatever sickness it was, I don't think it was strep or bronchitis, but boy, I'm telling you, it really knocked me out. Right about that time, we got all these cases, and unfortunately I had to work a fatality accident, which is never a pleasant thing to have to go through for anybody. And it was a young lady, barely in her 20s as well. And so that just kind of all compounded on itself. And just made for a really hectic month. And I spent so much time on reports and everything like that. I went in on some off days just to get caught up. And then here recently, all last week, I was finally getting over everything. I still had a little bit of the crud left, that I was just trying to get pushed out the door, And me and another officer were assigned to do the basic instructor course. It's here in Texas, the TCOL is Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, and they set up all these different types of courses. You can get certifications to do different things. And me and this other officer, we got tasked to take the basic instructor course, which if I want to assign, TCOL continuing education credits, you've got to have this certification in order to teach a class that does that. So we did this course, and, I went into the course thinking, okay, I seen the material that, you can download off of their website, that it's 2 presentations that you've got to do. One, it can be anything specific to law enforcement. One can be anything you want it to be. So I was getting some of the presentation material together, figured, okay, just go in there and do a presentation on a couple of topics. Not a big deal, because being in the ministry and all that, I'm used to public speaking and being in front of people and things like that. And my gosh, was I ever wrong about what that course was. There was 2 presentations to do. It was more specific to law enforcement on both of them. But we got to learn a lot about what happens with instructors in the scrutiny that gets put on the reports, on the lesson plans and everything like that. So, we learned that instructor can have lesson plans and course material subpoenaed if there's something, if there's a case involving someone that took one of your classes. So everything's got to be documented so much. And one was a 10-minute presentation, one was a 15 to 20-minute presentation. And the 10-minute presentation had about a 10 to 12 page lesson plan that went with that. And it was about, anywhere from 12 to 15 pages on the longer one. And so what happened is, we went, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at a local police academy. And we would get our assignments one day, and they would be required to be completed the next day. So we had to do the, 10 to 12 page lesson plan and document it thoroughly. We had to build our PowerPoint presentation. We had to cross-reference all of our slides in our lesson plan. We had to write a test for that course and write and submit the test key for that course. We didn't administer the test or anything, but we had to put all that stuff in there. So we got home, and me and my partner that were doing that, he didn't have his own computer at home, so he wanted to stay at the police department. And so we both stayed in there. We knocked out our stuff, and we got out of there about 1 a.m. or so, And so I get home, I drive still about 20 minutes to my home. And I'm basically, once I get home, get showered and wind down and stuff like that, I'm probably getting to bed by like 3. So I'm getting up at 5, so I have a couple hours. So then we go back the next day, and I'm kind of dragging a little bit. And then we get we're preparing for our big one. And so I get home, I'm preparing all my stuff, and it's, after midnight when I'm still knocking it out. And then I get my red line back from my first one. The instructor would, take a red marker to everything that we need to change or improve upon. And it, they were all, from what I understood from talking to the other students that were in the class, they were all just bleeding to death. So I get my stuff done, and I've got to now go back and apply some of the things that he said in my first presentation, edits and everything, apply that to to this new one, and still cross-reference everything, which meant once I finished it and I added some different information, well, I had to cross-reference and change the cross-references and things like that. So anyways, try not to make the story too boring. It was a very intense class. And so I took, I still went in, got done with the class Friday. I still went in a little bit on my off day on Saturday, and then I just took the rest of the weekend off, and I've been doing nothing but catch up on sleep and resting up and everything. So I missed a lot what was going on. I got a bunch of your videos to catch up on, and so every time I would be in class and a video would pop up, I'd put it over and watch later so I can make sure I can get to all of them and know where I'm going with it. But there's been a lot of good things happening, in the YTPC. I haven't really gotten to see the video. There's just just wasn't time for that, and certainly wasn't time for me to get a video put out. So wanted to come and do one as I'm getting ready for work in the morning. Drink a little coffee and smoke me a little pipe. I'm about Let's see, I probably got one more bowl left of this Quiet Nights. I'm gonna have to order some more of this. I really like this stuff, especially late at night when you're getting ready to wind down. It's a good bold blend that gets you ready for bed. I say as a pounding coffee here, but I've drank so much coffee in my life, I think I'm immune to its effect. I just enjoy it. So that's about all I really had to say. Just wanted to touch base and stick my head back in the community and say I'm still here. Oh, my story wasn't too boring, but there are probably going to be some interesting stories to come based on that, because the reason that me and the other guy were tasked to put in this class is because they want us to go take the firearm instructor qualification, get qualified to be firearms instructors, which the basic instructor course is a prerequisite to that. So I think there's going to be some fun things ahead as I'm getting ready to do some of that. Maybe might even get some range footage and things like that. So, you know, I meant to get, I wanted to record my presentation so that I could tag them on to the end of the video and at least show a little bit about what I was doing. But when I was getting ready to do the final presentation, I was getting everything ready, and it was about ready for me to start my time, and I just forgot to set my phone to record, so I didn't have that opportunity. Anyways, so hopefully some very interesting things are going to come once we get, you know, firearms qualification. There's going to be a lot of fun range time and things like that, so looking forward to that, and getting caught up on the videos, which I'm going to start doing. I'm going to try to catch up on one or two before I turn in. So if you see a comment months from now, it's because I'm just not getting to that video, and I got them all and I want to watch them all. So I'm going to get to them, and just appreciate everybody, and looking forward to got a Sacred Leaf Society that's going to be coming up soon, and looking forward to that. And that's about all I got. I guess I'm about 12 minutes into this ramble, and I don't know if I said anything worth it or not, but hopefully you've had a good time here, and I certainly have. Go ahead and sign off. I'm just wishing everybody all the best. Good times and warm pipe.